Before this video starts, I want to tell you, if I told you there was a company called Institute Service System, what do you think that company does? Think about it for the entirety of the video and leave a comment saying what you think that company does. At the end of the video, I'll explain what I'm talking about.
Alright, there it is. Trying to center it in the screen for you. That's the shack. Not walking all the way over there again. You've seen it, but I stopped at this exit again. Alright, about halfway, very close to halfway back to Vegas. Wanted to say, this is video number 1223, pretty sure. Added up quickly the other day. I'm telling you because Daniel from Minnesota, who's half Korean, asked while he was playing at Planet Hollywood the other day. I just want to tell you, if you look at my YouTube homepage, it can be a little misleading because right under the banner picture right now it says 1.3K, 1,300. There are two things that can make that a little misleading. One is that it counts the YouTube shorts. Usually when people ask me, you know, they're talking about the long videos. Last year I put a few shorts up sporadically. This year I've put up a short once a week each Saturday of the year, and it's my goal to do that until the year is over. Next year I'll decide what I'm doing next year with shorts, but there's about 55 shorts, so it combines the long videos and the shorts. Also, it rounds. So with the longs and the shorts, it's like 1,270 or something. That rounds to the nearest 100, 1,300. So it shows 1.3 thousand, even though I'm pretty sure this video that you're watching is day 1,223 total and in a row. So just wanted to clear that up, and yeah, I'm gonna keep driving. I need to go to sleep at some point. I can't. I woke up around 6 and I have a shift at Planet Hollywood at 10. That's gonna be a tough day if I don't start work until I have been up for 16 hours. So probably get back and do some editing and then go to sleep and then head to work, and might even extend this video. This is the Saturday video. Might even extend it because I'm doing something Sunday afternoon that you might find interesting, or some people will definitely find interesting. But anyway, yeah, if I could think of anything else amazing to tell you, I'll tell you when I get back to Vegas. Probably stopping at Jose Canseco's gas station as soon as I get back to town. Alright, I forgot to film. I did stop at the gas station that used to be Canseco's gas station. Forgot to film. So, stopped there, got gas, back in my room, and have some things to do around here. And eventually at 10 o'clock, a few minutes before, I will be clocking in for my first shift of the week at Planet Hollywood. Earlier in this weekend of mine, promised you today I would give you all the details on the pay that happens today, wage, tournaments, tips, so that's coming to you. But first, about 8 hours need to pass until I even clock in. Then I'll be there, maybe something interesting happens, but of course pay details also, and the surprise for after the shift, which will definitely happen calendar day Sunday. Alright, made it to the strip. Kind of tired, slept a little bit, but whatever. While I go in, I will show you the maps. Vegas to California, all the places we went, California back to Vegas. Then I'll tell you about the income from today that's about to happen. Alright, start you off with a map of the U.S. I started this road trip on the southwest side of the country in Las Vegas and drove from Vegas to Southern California. So Herbs and Rye's house is not in Lake Elsinore, but it's close. So I just used the casino as that point on the map. So the drive from Vegas to Lake Elsinore, about 263 miles, about 423 kilometers. You're on Interstate 15 South, like almost 100% of the way, and it's very, very close to a 4-hour drive. All these drives, all the time parts at the bottom, with no traffic. That's what Google's telling me. So Thursday, the first thing we did, we went from the Lake Elsinore area to Commerce, and those are the addresses you're seeing on the screen. On the bottom right, the southeast side, Lake Elsinore area, we drove to the northwest to go to Commerce. That was about 71 miles or 114 kilometers, and with no traffic, an hour and 9 minutes driving. After Commerce, we went to Lucky Lady, and there are the actual words of the casinos on the screen. Those are pretty close. So that was only about 18 miles or 29 kilometers, and the drive took about 19 minutes. So Google tells me. Then after Lucky Lady, we went to the steakhouse. We went to the Texas State Brazil in Irvine, California. So you see the address there, Jamboree Road. That was 36 miles or 58 kilometers and almost all interstate, so about 36 minutes on the drive. After that, we went back to Herbs and Rye's house. This, I don't think, is the route we took. This is the route with no tolls. We took a more direct route and paid a few tolls to do it. But from this route from Texas State Brazil back to the Lake Elsinore area is 45 miles or 72 kilometers, and it should take about 44 minutes. And then we didn't get too far away from Herbs and Rye's house on Friday. So really the last big drive was when I came back to Vegas, and this is the exact same picture as in the beginning, but just going the opposite direction. Drove northeast from Southern California to get back to Vegas on Saturday, and of course the same 263 miles, 423 kilometers, and it took about 4 hours.
All right, hope you enjoyed the maps. This is the next day, went to work, went back to my permanent address, and this is the next day. I am here in Bally's. The Red Door might be a giveaway for people who have stayed here before. Practically free to stay here this week. The rates were so low, so I'm here. So for all the people, before I get into the pay from last night's work, for all the people who were like panicking and saying the nomad part of the channel is going to be gone, when this stay at Bally's is done, it will be like something like 16 of August's first 22 days I've stayed somewhere besides my permanent address. So even though I pay rent now regularly, I can still stay places besides there. Other places in town, places in other cities, things like that. So the nomad part is not leaving. To cover the pay, yeah, with the rounding, there you go. With the rounding, I was on the clock. Oh, you're right under the vent. It might be kind of annoying with the noise. With the rounding, 5.5 hours I was on the clock, so that means the wage was $66. The 10 p.m. tournament did not go. We had a little interest, not enough people by like 5 minutes after 10 to start it, so no tournament downs. Cash 9.2 downs, and I made 165 in tips. So 9.2 downs. Yeah, it's not always 0.0 downs. One time I was on break, and no, we had a small list, and then some people showed up, so we opened a new table. So it was like partial break, partial. I started dealing the new table, and then right at the end of the night, it's usually right at the end of the night, like a game breaks and it doesn't break exactly on the hour. So my final down is a portion of it down. So that's how I got the 9.2. And there you go. So this video, man, I think I filmed over like 3 days. I don't usually do that for one video. So drove back from California, showed you the maps, went to work, told you the pay, and I'm gonna be here for the better part of a week in Bally's, make the commute to work and the employee weight room a lot easier. And remember, nope, video's not over. Gotta tell you about Institute Service System. So we were driving, it was the Thursday when we went to Commerce and then Lucky Lady and then the steakhouse. We were driving and we passed a place where Herbs and Rye used to work, so he was telling me about it, and he remembered the initials correctly, ISSI, but he forgot what it stood for. So the final I is incorporated, but the beginning, he's like trying to think of it as he's telling me the story, and he goes, yeah, it was something like Institute Service System. I was actually laughing so hard, it was like on the border of not being like safe to drive. I was like laughing so hard, and it was so tough to keep my eyes open because that name is like so generic and meaningless. I'm wondering what they could possibly do. Eventually Herbs and Rye looks it up, and he got one of the words correct, kind of, but in the wrong spot. It was actually called Implementation Solution Services, which isn't that much more specific, but I thought Institute Service System was one of the best fake names I ever heard for a business. So I look forward to reading the comments on what you thought that place, that theoretical place does. The actual place, Implementation solution services. They when banks need ATMs installed, they do the construction. They create the room, create the walls. Like, you know, it has to be a very secure spot in the bank because, you know, it's filled with money and like data and stuff. So yeah, I wasn't really following everything he was telling me, but create the space, create the wall, create the like secure wall, vault door, like things like that. So anyway, that's what they did. But yeah, Institute Service System, all-time great name. I told Herbs and Rye he should officially name his painting business that, and then pay for one of the billboards on the outfield wall at the Lake Elsinore Storm game. No picture, nothing, just the 3 words, Institute Service System, and people will wonder forever what he actually does.
And remember, rice is a spoon food.